I make more money than any lawyer, doctor, 99% of most CEOs and high-level executives at the age of 21. And the craziest part about that is completely passive, meaning I don't even work half as hard as most of these people. Yet, for my age bracket, my income easily places me in the top 0.01%. So, how the fuck did I get to this point? So the year is 2016, and at this time I was really into Minecraft, specifically PvP, which is like 1v1 sword fighting. At this stage, what I love doing above anything else is comboing people, which basically means like hitting people multiple times without them being able to hit you back. And I'll put a clip of that. So being an expert comboer, I decide to start my very first YouTube channel showing other people like cool edits of me like PvPing. So I upload so consistently, it eventually gets monetized, and at its peak, I was making around $500 a month, which isn't colossal, but something as little as a Minecraft channel already taught me the skills I still have today, like editing, growing an audience. Those are the skills that I still have to this day, and all of those I learned at such an early age from that channel. So I continue to make around $500 a month. Eventually, I kind of grow out of that channel, and so we now move into 2019, and I realize there's more to life than Minecraft, and I start being really interested in learning how to make money online. Now, keep in mind, at the time, all that I knew about making money was related to having a channel, because you could make money through AdSense revenue. So what I basically tried to do, decided to sell my Minecraft channel and launched a different channel in the hopes that I could turn that channel into a business that I could eventually remove myself from and hire a content team, so to speak, that would create and produce the videos for me. So that same year, I decided to launch a horror story themed channel called Spooked, where I would take stories from online, just like horror stories from like Reddit, and I would like make these really shitty image sequence horror story videos. Like I hired a voiceover artist from Fiverr that would narrate the stories until I was able to break a profit. I would be the one editing those videos and like adding the images, adding the sounds. At its peak, this channel was actually reaching around 18,000 subscribers. So that's when I decided to hire an editor, which meant I could now start focusing on expanding and creating more channels. So what I decided to do at this point is, since I already have the stories, I decided to basically translate that channel in two different languages, in French and in German. These are like both languages that I already knew how to speak. So I decided if I could just translate those channels, make those profitable, then I would have like a mini YouTube empire of channels, and that would mean I could make like quote unquote passive income, right? So both of those two channels actually started to gain pretty good momentum and slowly just started growing an audience. At this point, I now have 3 channels, and I basically realized this YouTube business does have a little bit of potential, and this could very well be something long-term and something that I can grow a business out of. So what I realized is that there's an opportunity in the whole YouTube space to translate other people's channels and kind of have like a YouTube translation agency. So what I decided to do is that I use all of those channels that I have as case studies, and I email a bunch of creators basically saying to them, hey, I can translate your channel and you can have a percentage of the AdSense revenue, and we'll do it for free. Like, we'll just send you the money every month. So I send out a bunch of emails to a shitload of creators. Turns out none of them need my YouTube translation service. But one of my emails actually got the attention of the owner of the YouTube channel, Be Amazed, which has 11 million subscribers. The owner tells me he basically already has all of his channels translated, which is very lucrative for him. So we end up getting on a call, and he basically asks me to pitch him on how I would see this YouTube translation business play out in the next 5 years, which is exactly what I do. He loves the pitch, and he basically tells me I can go ahead and use his translated channels as case studies so that I can try and persuade and sign on new creators and actually go ahead and translate their channels and make a profit off of that. So we set up a website, and we end up convincing some pretty big channels like Mr. Nightmare, Underworld, Enes Yilmazer, who's a guy who reviews mansions. You've probably seen his videos before. But unfortunately, right before we sign anyone, the owner of the BMA's channel, Sam is his name, he basically tells me, yo, I don't think this is going to be profitable like right from the start. I think this is going to be profitable in at least 5 years. So I have other much faster ways of making money at this point. So I'm gonna have to drop out of this project, but you can go ahead and do this without me. Best of luck and peace out. On top of this, one day I wake up and I realize I can't even log in to my YouTube channel anymore. YouTube had basically deleted my channel because it was infringing on other people's copyright. And so just like that, I'm back at zero and I'm very, very depressed. And by the way, if you're wondering, okay, Thomas, how does this even relate to you making money up to today? Like, you've just been listing a bunch of like fucking weird side hustles. Keep watching. The year is now 2021. I have at this point at least 4 business failures to my name. So what I decide to do is go to university, and turns out I hate it. I hate it so much that I drop out because I realize, entrepreneurship is always what I wanted to do. I've never wanted to work for anyone else other than myself. And so I move back in with my mom in my childhood bedroom, and I really try and get something working for myself. Here in my childhood bedroom, back in my mom's place, literally flew back here yesterday, still have my luggage. If this video makes it online, it's gonna be undeniable proof that anyone can become financially free in just a matter of weeks without a degree. In fact, all you need is a laptop and a chair in a quiet room. I end up buying a course on starting a social media marketing agency for e-commerce brands, which basically, if you guys don't know what social media marketing or SMMA is, it is basically providing any type of service related to getting more clients in the door for businesses, whether they are local businesses or whether they are, just as I cited in this case, e-commerce brands that need more marketing, which is what I did. So after 4 months of sending out emails to a bunch of e-commerce brands, I kind of went nowhere until one day I was able to close my first pay per result client. I quickly realized running ads for that client is harder than it seems, and I've never even learned service delivery from that course, and so I just end up losing that client. So I decided to go for beauty clinics, since there were at least 60 of them in my town that I could call and actually meet them in person, which I thought would make a great entry point in getting clients. So what I ended up doing is that I just basically started cold calling all of those beauty clinics around my town, basically saying, hey, I'm a digital marketing student, and if you want more clients, I'm actually working with my university, and part of our project is to help a local business to generate more clients. Would you need some help? That was actually such a good pitch. It got me my first 3 clients. All right, guys, Saturday, June 18th. Yesterday closed a client at $500 per month. Long story short, I end up learning service delivery very, very fast, and I end up getting them very, very good results, which I then asked them, hey, could you record me a testimonial? And then I was very quickly able to leverage those testimonials to sign on more clients. I mean, now we're at 6K, around 6K to 8K per month. At this point, I had enough money to get myself an apartment in the middle of Paris, and this was an apartment that was like 10 square meters, and I had like 1 foldable bed, like 1 shitty table that I had my laptop on, and every day I remember waking up in that apartment, I just felt so like fucking miserable that making money was the only way out of it. And so I figured out, you know what, the best decision for me at this moment is to start another channel. So at this point, this is like my 5th channel, but it is my final one, and it is this channel. And I remember it was such a back against the wall moment, because at that time I took everything I knew about creating content, about keeping viewers engaged, about thumbnail creation, about editing, but also about what I knew personally with my agency, how to deliver excellent results for my clients. And I basically showcased how I grew my agency. And I knew that with that channel, there was no way that it would not blow up. I think after the first 6 videos, the channel didn't really get any views, but after the 7th, 8th video, it actually started getting traction. And since all the videos were kind of part of a common theme, the channel just kind of took off, and all of the videos just kind of went viral together, like every single one of them. I think if you go back to all my older videos where I showcase how, for example, I got my clients a 15x return on their ad spend, which you can watch. If you watch those videos, like you will understand why they are so valuable and why at the time, especially in the space of SMMA on YouTube, like no one was actually talking about how they got results for their clients. And so like I said, when my channel really started taking off, it just didn't surprise me at all because YouTube was my bread and butter. And I quite literally grew up on it and like put all the reps in ever since I was 14, 15. At this point, this is when I make very serious money. So what I do is that I decide to promote this software called Go High Level, which is the software I was using and I'm still using to this day to run my agency. Although it's not really an agency anymore, it's more of a software business, but that's a video for another time. Anyway, I decided to promote this software because it was paying 40% recurring monthly commissions for everyone that I signed up to the software. So as the channel started getting more and more views, I was basically plugging in my affiliate link everywhere and anywhere I could. In the first month, my affiliate commissions came to just under $2,000, but then in the second month, I made like 17,000. So let me explain. At this point, my channel had like roughly around 40,000 subscribers, and I basically blow up as an SMMA guru. All of a sudden, like every one of my video is going viral, and that's when I decided, you know what? It would be a great moment to actually like start teaching these people how to actually grow an agency. So I launched a community called 300 Agencies. Essentially, 300 Agencies is a community that I made for free, but the only entry requirement was that they had to be using High Level, which is the software that I was naturally using for my agency, and they had to be making at least $5,000 a month, because that was the only way of getting like high quality people to like teach and learn from other people in kind of a mastermind like group community setting. The community ends up filling up in just a few weeks, and like I said, that community is still to this day responsible for some agencies making it very big, including a bunch of people that I will be actually interviewing in the coming months on this channel. So the year is now 2023, and my first month of the year, January of this year, I make 35,000. The next one, I make 44,000, 56,000, 81,000, all the way up to last month, which is the month of July, where I make 147K. So there you have it. That is how I reached the millionaire threshold by the age of 21. With that said, that's the end of this video. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.